I get hyped just hearing this music.
I know.
Even though I'm really scared of scary movies.
It's my 31 days of horror. Each day I'll have a quick movie review of movies you may have heard of, maybe you haven't heard of, and then there's going to be a scale, a 5-scream scale. 1 to 5, 5 being the best possible horror movie you could watch.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, today's movie number 1, The Ring.
Did you see it in your head? She shows me things. Everyone will suffer. Before you die, you see the ring. You see the ring. You see the ring.
Came out in 2002, and if you didn't see it or you don't remember, a mysterious videotape shows up. You watch the video, and then 7 days later, you die this horrific death.
Ugh.
And no one escapes from it.
It's the one with the girl, right?
The girl.
long
the girl
hair
in the
with
well.
the girl, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And so then Rachel, the main character, she goes and she starts to investigate what's going on, but then she watches the tape. And then, people in her family watch the tape. And so it's a race against time to come to some sort of, how can they stop these people from dying? And so plot, tremendous. Acting, great. Suspense and like the creepiness of the girl. Always have a young kid that's creepy.
Yeah, always.
Gotta have the young kid that's creepy.
Yes. That's a tell.
That especially when she jumps out of the TV
Uh-huh.
and she's crawling at the. Oh my gosh!
Oh, the way she moves across the floor.
And I forgot because I hadn't seen it in a while. Like when the people did die initially, they'd find them in like the closet or whatever, and had these like very bizarre frozen looks on their faces, like they were terrified of whatever killed them. I have to give my very first one 5 out of 5 screams.
Wow.
That's 5.
Wow, that's
5 screams. It says 5. It's a 5 screamer.
So this is the
Wow.
5 screamers based on other horror movies. So if it was compared to all the movies, maybe not. But from horror movies itself, that's a
Horror movies.
That's one you have to see if you haven't seen it or re-see.
Yes, because I'm factoring in the plot, the acting, the scary moments,
Okay.
the storyline which goes along with the plot. It's not just was I scared.
Sure.
The movie is really well done. I mean, it's extremely well done. And I think people forget about it as time goes on because you jump to like Halloween or Friday 13th. And I'm not saying I'm not doing those movies. I will be doing some of those movies. In The Ring, you're like, oh, dang, that was freaking amazing.
Well, yeah, I think you're right about that. I think that has become more of a it's on its way of
Yes.
being the next Halloween or Friday the 13th type movie because it's lasting.
It is. It's still there.
And I will tell you this, Jared, you're right about that because somehow we got some horror movie last night Carol put on and I was like, what the? But it's like, what is this?
Right.
Are you?
But,
Do you like horror movies or scary movies?
They're
or no?
okay, but it's like my anxiety level goes up. Carol's screaming the whole time. She's putting the thing. What's going on? She doesn't like horror movies. She put one on, and she didn't look at half the movie, so it's a little annoying.
But it's spooky season, so you have to.
Yeah.
But
it
to
is.
Jared's point about the kids, this
Yes.
movie that I watched, I don't even know. It was some kind of autopsy movie. It was like the autopsy of so and so of Jane Doe. That was the movie, The Autopsy of Jane
Okay,
Doe. And I'm
okay.
like, what in the hell?
Is this like a? This isn't like a documentary. This
No,
is like
this was
It's a real
horror
movie.
movie.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
They started doing this autopsy. Maybe you could put that in your 31 days, Jared.
Okay.
But and maybe are you open to suggestions from people or no?
I
Or do
made
you
a
have
list,
it?
but it is I can do
okay.
I can do
No.
whatever I want. No, I'm open.
No.
I am open, Jason, because I made a list. I have 31 movies listed on our website, but I have the right because it says Jared's
Sure,
31 days.
yeah.
I can change anything I want.
By the way, this movie that you're talking about, Jason,
Yes.
the I Am Jane Doe, has.
No, not I Am Jane.
It's not that
I
one?
thought it was the
The
autopsy
Autopsy.
of Jane Doe, or the autopsy.
of somebody.
But
Yeah, it's Jane Doe.
it's either
Okay.
kids or kids music that makes
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
'Cause they
Oh.
had a radio
Yeah.
on in the background during the autopsy, and
Oh,
some
yeah.
little old, and it's Olden.
Oh, yes.
kids song
Yeah.
start singing in the background,
And it's like playing
what?
like a record player.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
it
like,
has that
come
sound.
on. Yeah. Anyways,
I
yeah.
watched Insidious over the weekend. I think it's gonna be one of mine. But there's a kid prominently featured, and you're just like kids, multiple kids. You're like, oh my god, what's happening?
Yeah.
Yes, it started with The Shining with the two little girls at the end of
Yes.
the hall. That was the most freakiest part.
Yeah,
It's
the red
kids.
rum.
Because it's like they're so innocent, they don't know what's going on, and we know we're a little bit more sophisticated. We know that it's some creepy, deadly force.
Well, they could never be that evil, That's what you think. The Autopsy of Jane Doe has Emil Hirsch in it.
Oh, she's a good actress.
Who?
He's a good actor. That's
yeah,
her.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Is that the old guy or the young guy?
He looks young here. He plays
Oh, okay.
Austin. I don't know, but
Yeah,
anyway.
oh,
I
that's
think
like
you're saying
yeah,
Emily
yeah.
Clark. I thought that's what you're saying.
yeah.
Emil Hirsch. Never mind.
I'm just like, it's Not great right before going to bed.
No, it's
because-
not.
No.
And I'm doing this for 31 days straight, so I'm like, what am I? I'm not gonna be sleeping well, but it's okay.
You're going to have some crazy nightmares.
I'll have some more information on these movies, by the way, that in addition to here, they'll be on my Instagram page.
Perfect.
I'm copying Squid. You can find me on IG at, can you write it for me? Jared B. Pike. At Jared B. Pike. I'll be having some more information and a little bit more from the review. All powered by Trex Cinemas in Kernersville, by the way. If you want to go to the movies for half price and see first-run movies, it's the place to go. It used to be Countryside Cinemas. People don't know. If you live in that area, you remember that place. It's new ownership, brand new. They take credit card, all the stuff. But anyway, it's really cool because seriously, it's like half the price.
And Jared, we have our Taylor Swift.
Yes, we do.
Eras Tour, which is very popular. Opening day, we have the entire movie theater on reserve. We have plenty of spots, plenty of space. All you have to do is download the 107.5 KZL mobile app.
Yep.
And you'll be entered for tickets for the movie. And we do have a lot of room, so you have a good chance.
Yes,
Perfect.
and I'll be there hosting it. And my daughter will be there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Actually, I'm
You do
sorry,
still
you
have to click
enter.
the thing
Yeah,
to
you have
enter.
to enter.
Yeah,
Sorry.
just downloading it doesn't qualify you. You
Yeah,
have
you
to
have to enter it.
open the app, and then there's the thing right there, front and center for you to enter.
So thanks again to Trex Cinemas for working with us on that. Speaking of horror movies, the Saw 10 director.
Yes, Saw 10. So he was just or was the editor. He was
okay.
having just a normal, average day at his work when all of a sudden the cops showed up. People heard him. He had the volume up very loud while he was editing. Thought people were being murdered.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where was he editing?
He was editing at his house.
I guess so.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I don't know if he was at work. I mean, he was obviously working, but I don't know if he was at work or
He
if
probably
he was
has
just
a
at
home studio, I would think.
But yeah, and people thought they just heard that.
Yes.
They heard that and they thought
But
something's not right.
usually a home studio, Matt, is like soundproofed a little bit.
Maybe
you know?
not.
Well, I
had it up
think if he's
loud.
recording in there, yes. But if he's just doing the editing, the soundproofing, I don't think matters.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So imagine you're just there. You are just having a backyard barbecue, and you hear that.
You're like,
Yeah.
and I, you know what? I applaud the people who
Me
did. Because
too.
what if? How many
That's-
times people just, I don't want to get involved, or I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same sound when I get home from work Carol makes.
Well,
Oh, you're happy to see me. No. Go back to work. Go back to work. I'm expecting a package.